Hello everyone, my name is Lukasz Sikorski and I will talk today about group AI actions, GAIA in short, in Achilles Legends Untold. I'm a producer in Darkwing Games and that was my role during the development of the game. So what will I talk about? First of all, I will say a few words about the game itself, Achilles Legends Untold, and some basic information about the team behind. And second of all, I will present the GAIA system, which is the main topic of today's presentation. I will say why we needed it and what this system does. And I will present technical perspective, how it works. And to do that in the easiest way to understand, I will base on an example of GAIA action, which I will create from the very beginning to the very end. So I would like to point out that this presentation will be quite technical. The prototype of Achilles Legends Untold, along with the GAIA system, has received funding from the European Union. So, first of all, I would like to present our game, Achilles Legends Untold. And this is the first game of Darkwing Games Studio. So what is this game? So it's an isometric action RPG with Souls-like combat. It's a quite unique combination, as there are not so many examples of isometric Souls-like games on the market. The action of the game takes place in ancient Greece, and the player plays as Achilles, legendary Achilles, the hero of the Trojan War. Our story begins based on those events, but we quickly introduced our own threads into it. After all, the game is about untold legends. From the technical perspective, we made the game in Unreal Engine 4. As I said, Achilles Legends Untold is the first title of Darkwing Games, but I would like to mention that the studio is both developer and publisher of the game. The production time of the game was 4 years. We started at November of 2019 with 4 people, founders of the company. And after about 2.5 years, at May 2022, we released the game in early access on Steam and Epic Games Store. And during this time, our team has grown to about 20 people maximum at one time. And so after next 1.5 years, we released the game. It was at November 2023, and we released the full release of the game. And we used that time to add a lot of new content, but what is the most important, to polish all of the aspects of the game and to address all the most important topics raised by the community. On the final release, we delivered also the game to consoles, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X. And we ported it internally. We did all the work. And at January 2024, we released the game also on GOG. So since full release, we delivered new content, many fixes, new languages, and we still have plan to further support the title. And what was the reception of the game? So on Steam, we have 78% of positive reviews right now. On Metacritic, the score is 66 to 69, depends on the platform. And on OpenCritic, the score is 70. But both of Metacritic and OpenCritic scores are lowered a little by all the reviews we've got after early access. So what is this game about? So because as I said, the roots of the game is in Souls-like genre, the combat is the most important part of the game. So yeah, the combat, definitely. And next of all, the exploration. Of course, we needed to give to the players this world to travel through, and that was very important factor for us. And we put a lot of effort to do it as good as we were able to. And because we have both combat and exploration, we needed great enemies, both in variety and some uniqueness. And as you can see on the screenshot, we have some bosses to fight with. Here you can see the Minotaur, but also we have a lot of regular smaller enemies. And usually they appear in groups, and not so big groups as you can see here, because there are a lot of them on the screen right now, but usually there are 2, 3, 5 of them maybe. And we wanted to give them something special, some special abilities when there are many of enemies around the player. And that was the moment we came up with the idea of group AI action system. And this leads us to the second part of the presentation, the GAIA system. So let's talk about the GAIA system, which is group AI actions, and our main topic of this presentation. This is unique technology made internally in Darkwing Games. So why we needed to prepare our own technology? Because for us, the biggest issue was there was no technology to use. So in most games, when player encounter cooperation of group of enemies, the whole situation is scripted and trigger at specific moment and time, specific moment and space. And so every time when player will start from the same save file, for example, the situation will be exactly the same. And we wanted to do that in another way. We didn't want this repetitiveness. And that's why we came up with our original technology, GAIA, for Unreal Engine. This technology allows to create and use unique and spectacular group AI actions, which will be used in the game in a dynamic way. And so it won't be limited to any specific moment and place. So how it works in general. So to run GAIA action, there are two elements needed. First of all, we need to prepare minimum one GAIA action, and this technology allows designer or any other person with some basic engine skills to prepare an action which will be used later. And second of all, we need some proper situation where when this action may be run. So how to check if the situation is proper? So we have this subsystem in GAIA. We call it HiveMind, and this HiveMind subsystem checks the situation, in-game situation, all the time, and it may decide to run the action. Of course, when there are more actions prepared, GAIA may choose from all of actions which are available. So I believe that the best way to understand the GAIA system is to prepare such action during this presentation. And as an example, I will use one of existing actions from Achilles. So let's create such action from scratch. First, what we need is some idea. Let's say we want to prepare arrow rain. And of course, we need some more details. Let's say that when there are minimum 3 archers around the player, they may, at some point in time, they may start to cooperate with each other, and they may gather in one place, aim into the sky, shoot into the sky, and the rain of arrows will fall into the player. And so the player will be showered by rain of arrows. So let's prepare such action. But first, I want to show you how this specific action works in our game to give you better understanding what effect we expect. Here you can see the player surrounded by 3 archers, and at one point they grouped together in one place, shoot into the sky, and rain of arrows fell from the sky. And that's how this action works. So let's continue. So from the technical perspective, how to start with preparation of GAIA action. So first of all, we need to prepare some basics. Give me a moment. What you can see here is a details window. This is very common window in Unreal Engine, and this window allows the user to parameterize the details of the object which he's editing. So let's start with some base parameters for the action. Action name, arrow rain, of course, it's obvious. And the next parameter, the second one, base action cost, is 23 here. And it describes, it tells GAIA what is the order of GAIA actions to choose from. So when there are many GAIA actions on the list to choose, this parameter will tell GAIA which action it should check first. Okay, so next element is filters, and as the name suggests, in this part we will filter enemies which will be used in action. This will check if there are characters who meet expectations. So we have 2 filters defined here. First one, we want to check if this enemy is free. So this is done by this filter. Filter is free, and this filter checks if the enemy is available for the action. Maybe he's doing something else, like, for example, he may be part of some other GAIA action or something like this. When this filter will tell us about this, and we will take only those enemies who are available for the action. And second of all, we want only enemies who are not too far from the player, because we want whole action properly visible. And this is done by the second filter, filter distance to player 1500. So when we have those first filters ready, we want to define the goal of this part is to define 3 archers which will be used in our arrow rain action. And for this purpose, the pickers will be used. And as you can see, there are 3 items inside those pickers, 0, 1, and 2. And as we described, we want 3 archers. So each picker is for 1 of each archers. And each picker, each element in the pickers will describe each archers in the group. So as you can see, the second one is just not expanded, but inside it's identical as first 2. So first of all, we want to define role in the action. And as you can see, this is defined in this field blackboard ID. And it's defined as a main minion, second minion, and third minion. And yeah, that's it. The next thing is we want to take for the action only the enemies who are skilled archers. So we do that in that way that this is defined in this has abilities field. And there is, as you can see, this GAIA action arrow rain tag. So this tag is, we gave this tag only to those enemies who are able to be part of the arrow rain action. So in that way, we will take only those enemies who are skilled archers. So yeah, with this set of pickers, we will choose only archers and will assign them those 3 roles. So, and the last thing I want to mention here is this delay after use field. And this is because, of course, we don't want to spam arrow rain action too often. And we want to have some minimum time between 2 actions. And as you can see here, there is this parameter is 8. And it means that minimum time between 2 arrow rain actions will be 8 seconds. And with those basic parameters defined, we can process further. Preparing GAIA action looks similar to building construction with Lego bricks, what you will see in a minute. But first, we need those bricks, and we call them tasks. So tasks, and tasks are, you may think about them as actions or steps which will be done one by one to achieve final goal of GAIA action. So each of those tasks has some internal logic. This logic may be written by a programmer in C++, but also they may be done in a blueprint system in Unreal Engine. So no programming skills are necessary. This is quite handy. So yeah, we have this tasks. So when we have those tasks, we may build the action, as I said, as from Lego bricks. So here is the example how we built it in Engine. So first of all, I want to divide the arrow rain action into 4 parts. In first part, I just want to stop our 3 archers for a brief moment. This is need to be done to be sure that they are not doing something else. So like running somewhere or something similar. So to achieve that, we use this task hold. This purple box is each purple box is task, and as you can see, there are 3 of them, and of course, one of each tasks is for one of each archers. That's why there are 3 of them. When they are after that, we want to move them and group into one place. So first of all, we assume that first archer, the main minion, as we this one which we gave him the main minion role, we assume that this archer is in a proper location at the moment of starting the action. So we need to move not all 3 of them, but only second and third archers to gather around the first one. And this will be done in those 2 lines. One line is for each of 2 archers, second and third, right? So whole process of moving each archer to the destination will be done using those 4 tasks for each archer. So let's talk about them briefly. First one is find destination. It defines the coordinates where AI should go. Second thing is set destination type. It allows to set the destination type. It may be defined as a character or place on map. In this case, we use place on map, but in some, so we want them to go to a specific place on map, but we also can describe it as characters, so they will go to some other character, player maybe, or some other enemy. And in different GAIA actions, we use that, of course. Next task is set avoidance. This task defines or if moving enemy should avoid or not another characters on its way. In this case, we choose avoiding. And the last one here in this part is move to location. It's a kind of a trigger which is needed to start the action of moving the controlled enemy when all of the parameters are already defined. And we did that in first 3 tasks. And this move to location will control the AI during the whole process of moving from one place to the destination. And when all archers are in proper locations, we may start the most important part of the GAIA action. So, of course, we want them to shoot and to make this arrow of this rain of arrows. So first of and this will be done in this third part of the action. First, we want them to aim into the sky, and this is done with this task aim up. As previously, 3 of tasks, 1 for each archer, and when this is ready, they should release arrows, and arrow rain should fall from the sky. And this is done by the task shoot, which realize those 2 actions, both releasing the arrow and arrow rain falling from the sky. And as a location for arrow rain, the last location of the player is taken. And I would like to mention also that the effect which player can see is not one big arrow rain, but 3 smaller. As you can see, there are 3 tasks. 3 tasks shoot, and that's why there are 3 smaller arrow rains. And in the 4th part, we want to. You may think that the action is done, but we need to clean up a little at the very end. So because we wanted them to aim into the sky, they don't have a player right now as their target. And because we want them to return to normal behavior, we set as a target player again. So this is done by this, this is done by this target player task. And and this is whole arrow rain action. As you can see, this is how it looks in as a whole. And at this moment, I would like to mention one thing, which may not be very clear for you. Why sometimes we split the line and sometimes it goes in one line. So when we split the line, it means that different characters may do what they need to do. In this case, moving to final location without looking to others, to other enemies, for example. And when the lines meet at the common point, that means that at this point we need to wait for all lines to be completed. So in this case, we want to have all of the enemies in the proper location. So it means that we want them grouped together to continue the action. So it's a synchronization. And in that simple way, we implemented the possibility to work for the group in a synchronous or non-synchronous way. I would like also to mention that each of tasks has its own details window. So here is an example of move to location task, and it has his own details window, but I don't want to go to details right now. And I also said that task may be done in blueprint technology. And this is, as you can see here, this is true. There's an example how arrow rain tasks look like. And as you can see, it's not very complicated. But I also don't want to go into details of this blueprint. And so let's look again at the arrow rain GAIA action. Now it should be more clear for you what is going on with this group of 3 archers. And after that, I would like to show you some other actions to give you more examples and better understanding how we use this technique in different ways. So let's check arrow rain again. As you can see, there are 3 archers. They are independent right now. And in this moment, GAIA action starts. They group, they shoot into the sky, and arrow rain falls from the sky. Next one is shield jump. This action shows you some different thing, because in first action, in arrow rain action, all of the archers have this. All roles have also the same things to do. And here in the shield jump, there are 2 warriors in this action. One of them kneel and raise his shield, and second will jump over him and attack with special attack. So let's check it out. And there are 2 warriors here. And now one jumped over the second and attacked with special attack. Next one is spear throw, and here you will see that enemies may cooperate not only with each other, but also with elements of environment. And here, one of enemies will take the spear from the ground and will throw it into the player. So look at this left warrior, and now he goes to take the spear, he takes it and throws it into the player. And next one is skeleton throw, and this is quite similar, but here you will see that that Cyclops, the bigger enemy, may grab the skeleton and throws it into the player. And he grabs it, throws it into player. Yeah. And the last one is barrel throw, and it's shows you that also these huge enemies, maybe not huge, but bigger enemies like Cyclops, may take some elements like barrel, explosive barrel, and throws it into the player. You can see the barrel on the level. Cyclops grabs it, throws it, and the barrel explodes. And that's it. Thank you very much. And if you want to contact with me to ask me any questions or chat or anything, you may add me on LinkedIn. And here you can see the link to my LinkedIn page, or you may use this QR code, which also goes directly to my LinkedIn page. Thank you very much.